is going to trade. I don't think the Giants are going to trade Odell. That's what I think personally. But out of those three, which one could I realistically see happening? Is Dez in Dallas. That's one that I could realistically see happening. But the movement that we've seen, the talk that we've seen, it's favoring that some type of blockbuster trade is going to happen somewhere in the first round. But that's your breaking news. Pats send Cooks to Rams for 23rd overall pick in this year's draft. They sent a 6th round pick with them. The Rams sent a 4th round pick back as well. That's getting a lot of value back for Brandin Cooks. Take a music break, come back, we'll talk Villanova winning the title. Where does this put Jay Wright and Villanova? Jay Wright now has more national championships than Calipari does, and it's his second in the last 3 seasons. Can Tiger Woods really win the Masters, and should you bet on him? Would you put a high amount of money that Tiger Woods would win the Masters this weekend? We'll get into that and some more. The Hardy Show, Sports Talk Speaker Radio, iHeartRadio.com.
It's been a long, bumpy ride sitting back in the saddle. It's time to get down, dirty up our knees into battle. Oh, come on, round up the boys, gonna make the walls rattle. Oh, our flag is tattered and our bones are shattered, but it doesn't matter cause we're moving forward. Round them up, let's go. Round them up, let's go. We've been shot up, beat up by the falling of the arrows. Yeah, full of deep cuts right down to the marrow. But there's no doubt we'll get out from the bottom of the barrel. Oh, our flag is tattered and our bones are shattered, but it doesn't matter cause we're moving forward. Round them up, let's go. Round them up, let's go. Feel me now, I'm breaking down your door. I'm not speaking under my breath, cause the harder you push, the rougher I'll get. Cause I'm not shaking when the earth starts quaking. Got my own foundation with no hesitation, and the all eyes are seeing red. Double vision from the blood we've shed. The only way I'm leaving is dead. That's the state of my head. They don't.
And we're back to Let's Already Show, Sports Talk Speaker Radio, iHeartRadio.com. Villanova wins the national championship. It's their second in 3 seasons. Jay Wright now has 2 national championships. as they beat Michigan 79-62. So where does this put Villanova and Jay Wright? Well, Villanova has done it the way that Duke, Kentucky, and North Carolina hasn't. And that's not having one-and-done players. Now, with that said, Duke, the past couple seasons, has not had many one-and-done players. They haven't. Kentucky has had the most out of anybody the past 5 seasons. But Villanova, 2 national championships in the past 3 seasons, they don't get they get good players, but they don't get one-and-done guys. They don't get lottery pick NBA guys. And the thing, Jay Wright now has more national championships than John Calipari does. Think about that. Jay Wright has more national championships than Calipari does. You know, I had one person say to me that they believe that Calipari will end up in the NBA because he will not win another national championship as a head coach in college basketball. I don't believe that, but Calipari hasn't been to a Final Four in a while. Last time he won the national championship was it 2010? I think it was 2010 was the last time that he won it. But you think of that format there, that blue blood format as they call it. He's had more one-and-done guys, more NBA guys than any other team in college basketball, and only has 1 national championship to show for it. We talk about one-and-done hurting college basketball. Well, you got teams playing for winning the national championship that don't have one-and-done players. Now, does this put Jay Wright in with Roy Williams and Krzyzewski? No. You know, those guys, you know, that's historical, but what Jay Wright has done, what he's built, is phenomenal, and Villanova has stayed with them. You know, this is a team that just a couple seasons ago was struggling to win 20 games. They were winning 17, 18 games. Missing, you know, either getting out of the tournament early or not getting in it. Jay Wright built this team, and he did it the other way. He didn't do it the one-and-done way. He didn't do it by getting the high-profile players. So, yeah, he's in the discussion, without a doubt. 2 national championships, and then you look at Calipari and the talent that he gets, and he only has 1 title to show for it. I mean, you know, think about that for a second. Think about that. And to do it 2 times in the last 3 seasons, that's unbelievable. Especially when you got 64 other teams trying to do the same thing. So, yeah, it puts them in the discussion, but Roy Williams and Mike Krzyzewski, what they've done, their accomplishments, you know, the times that they've been to the Final Four, the times that they've won, you know, conference championships and national championships, the wins, it's the body of work. Jay Wright has been the best the last 5 years. But historically, he's not on the level that Roy Williams and Mike Krzyzewski are. He's in the conversation, but he's not at where they are. I don't think he's going to leave to go to the NBA. Is the time going to come? Yes. But the way he's dominating and where he's at, why would you want to leave? And I'm sure Villanova's going to give him a nice bonus for this. There's no reason to. So can Tiger Woods really win the Masters? Yeah, he can. Would you bet a high amount on him? No. He is the overall odds-on favorite right now. The Masters starts Thursday on ESPN. It would be a great story. It would be the biggest sports comeback story we have ever seen. There's no doubt about that. If Tiger Woods can win the Masters, it would be the biggest sports comeback story we have ever seen. And it's the story that golf wants and the story that everybody else wants. I'm pulling for him. I wouldn't bet a large amount on him, but I'm definitely pulling for him. Notre Dame women's team wins the tournament national championship in a 61-58 win over Mississippi State on a last-second three by Arike Ogunbowale. Just unbelievable. And here's UConn. Poor UConn, the past 2 seasons, undefeated going into the Final Four, and then loses on a last-second shot. Last year it was to Mississippi State. This year it was to Notre Dame. And then on top of it, Mississippi State lost the national championship game last year to South Carolina. And then here in the this season, they lose to Notre Dame on a last-second three. That's tough. That's tough. But UConn's got to be sitting there thinking, damn, what do we got to do? You know, we go 33, 34-0, and they were breezing through the tournament. I mean, they were blowing teams out. And then Notre Dame pulled it off. And then you have, Arike Ogunbowale, who does it again. She did it against UConn, and then she turns around and does it against Mississippi State. It's a great story. And, we all know women's college basketball, even their tournament, doesn't get a lot of attention. But when things like this happen, just like it's like I said, when Notre Dame knocked off UConn, that was the best thing for women's college basketball. The best thing. But again, poor Mississippi State, last year they were the ones that beat UConn in the Final Four, lost the national championship game. And then here against Notre Dame, they play them in the national championship, and I believe that they were the favorite and end up getting bounced. I mean, that's just tough. We'll take a music break, come back, we'll talk more after this.
There's an emphasis